You are listening to Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Studio MacGyver, and this is Studio MacGyver's Dragon Ball and Video Game Podcast. I am your host, Studio MacGyver. Let me just first off say that I'm a little bit under the weather. I actually have the flu. If I sound a little funny or a little strange, that's probably why. Been in the house all weekend. It's been pretty treacherous, to say the least, but, I'm hanging in there. Been sitting on the couch basically all day, every day, playing Xenoverse 2 and maybe watching some movies and stuff. So, I made it through. With that being said, let's get into this podcast, episode number 6. Watched the final episode of Dragon Ball Super earlier this week. Finally had some time to get that done. And it's basically leading up to the tournament arc finally. The first episode is out and nothing really too much happened. Just basically everybody's setting up for the tournament, and like I said, it's the 10 strongest warriors, and most of you guys know who those are. And I guess it's safe to say the Z fighters are gonna be getting into some gangster shit here pretty soon. So I will leave that at that. On another note, we got Krillin, who has decided to train again. He has re-unlocked his potential, whatever that means. I just hope that they give all the other participants the shine that they deserve. Everybody knows, if you've been listening to this podcast, that I am an avid Tien Shinhan fan, and I'm excited to find out where his story starts and where it ends. He's been kind of that silent warrior pretty much all through the series, and I want to see what's going to transpire with him. I really do. Now, at the end of the first episode of the new tournament arc, they did say that everybody's story will be told up until this point. So hopefully they let us in on what's been going on with some of the other characters and let us know how they've been doing training wise and everything else as well. So interested, can't wait to see it. And I really want to see where they're going with this. Now, as far as Dragon Ball is concerned, that's about it. There's not really too much to talk about on that aspect, unless we're talking about just random thoughts or just discussions on other subjects in the series. And I'm not going to be doing that on this episode. So we're going to talk about the gaming side of things. I've got a story to tell you, and I'm sure some people listening might be feeling the same way about this. Yeah, we're going to get into that right now. Let's start with Ubisoft. Fucking Ubisoft, man. Okay. My Ubisoft story as of late. Now, some of you guys have probably heard that there was a closed beta of a game called Ghost Recon Wildlands, a game I was kind of interested in, a game I was wanting to play. So you know what I did? I signed up for it. Signed up for it about 7-8 days before, I guess, the final day that you were able to do so. So I pretty much thought I was a shoo-in for that. Well, the day comes, which is February 3rd, and I'm waiting for the email, because what's supposed to happen is you sign up for the closed beta, and then they send you an email before it starts, and then they give you a download code, and you take that download code and you put it in, and then you get access. You get to download the game, 25 gigs, I think, and you get to try the game out for the weekend, 3 days. So I was very excited about getting my hands on this. Well, come to find out, that didn't happen. Why didn't it happen? I don't know. I never got the email. Never came, still didn't get it up until this day. And this is actually early Sunday morning that I'm recording this right now, about 4:30 in the morning. So yeah, didn't get it. The funny thing is, my friends, a lot of my friends didn't get it either. But what's even funnier is I have a homeboy. Basically, my whole clique, I say about that I'm really cool with on my friends on PS4. I have a lot of friends on there, but I have about five that I'm really, really close with. And out of those 5, only one got a chance to play the beta. But what even threw me even more was the fact that he signed up for the closed beta the day before and got in. And I was like, what the fuck? How the hell did that happen? I don't know what the hell they're doing at Ubisoft, but they fucked this one up. They really did. Yeah. If there's a beta and there's a way that I can play a game, I'm gonna want to do it if it's a game I want to buy. They fucked this one up, and apparently I'm not the only one. Apparently there are numerous people complaining about it, and yeah. So basically they shit on themselves, and now nobody wants to play with them. Ubisoft is kind of, man, they've always been shaky in my opinion with some of their stuff. I do love their Assassin's Creed franchise. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm an honest guy. I'm an honest gamer. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I mean, this is that simple. I will be playing the open beta of For Honor coming up February 9th. If you guys didn't know about that, be looking out for that. Didn't get a chance for the closed beta. I know some guys that did. They said that it was pretty fun for a while, but they were just worried about the game fizzling out after, so many hours of gameplay. So they might play it really, really long, really hard for, a couple weeks. And then after that, it'll turn into it'll get boring. It'll fizzle out, burn itself out. And then it'll just be one of those games that every once in a while you pick up and play it for about 20 or 30 minutes. And then you've had your fill. That's what, people I've talked to are saying about the game thus far. But I want to see it for myself. I want to test it out for myself and find out what it's about. Now, I hope there is an open beta for Wildlands before it comes out. Don't know if that's going to happen. I think it should happen, considering the fact that they fucked over so many fans, so many customers who wanted to get their hands on this game. Amongst other things, glitches, frame rate issues, other things that people have been talking about playing the beta itself. So I want to find out how that's going to turn out. But yeah, I just want to let Ubisoft know, if they are listening, which they're probably not, but if one day they happen to stumble upon this podcast, and I just want them to know that, yeah, you fucked one really good. They didn't even give me a kiss when they were done. That's how I felt. So left the money on the table, and walked out the door. Yeah. So usually when you sign up for something, you expect to play it. That's all I'm saying. Now, they did say that everybody's not guaranteed to get into the beta, but in retrospect, when I'm on the outside looking in and I see somebody sign up the day before and then I signed up a week before, common sense would probably tell you that the guy who signed up a week before would probably get in before the guy who signed in the day before, right? But it didn't happen that way. So, if you're looking at it from that standpoint, then yeah, I guess I can blame Ubisoft, and I am blaming them for that. So, like I said, it was a plane crash from my perspective. Now, I don't know about anybody else's. Like I said, the friends of mine who did play, particularly one individual, told me that it was just an okay experience. And his actions basically told me that before he even said anything, because, on the PlayStation Network, you can look on there and see your friends and you can find out what they're playing or whatnot. So I just knew all weekend he'd be on this. He'd be on Wildlands all weekend. I just knew it. Or at least majority of the time. In other words, I wouldn't expect to see him playing any other game, because Wildlands is only going to be playable for the next 2.5, 3 days. So after that, you can't play it anymore. So I'm figuring, his other games can wait. He's going to play this, as much as he can, because we've all been anticipating this. But I look on there, I check my friends and see what they're playing, and he's playing it for an hour, and then an hour later he's on something else, something he could play any day that he wanted because he owned the other title. So I'm like, well, that's telling me that it doesn't really have his attention. I mean, if it's something you really want to play and you only got a weekend to play it, I mean, you're going to sit down and you're going to play that game, right? I mean, all things considering. Now, that right there gave it away, like, I'm not sure about this title. I'm really not sure. And then when I actually got a chance to speak to him in a party, he explained to me that, in his opinion, from his perspective, that the game was just a okay, mediocre title right now. And he didn't think that he would be spending $65 on this title. He said in his opinion, it was like a, $40 game. So I don't know, that's the whole point of letting people play and get a chance to play it, because I would like to actually put the controller in my hand, push start, and see what it's all about. You can watch somebody play until you're blue in the face, but you're not going to get the full Monty. You're not going to get the full experience until you actually play it yourself. Now, there are some games, let's keep it real, and I know this, that you can watch and you can find out stuff about, and automatically that this is not the game for you. I know this. But from what I've seen the last couple of days and what's been going on with Ubisoft, especially with them as a company, I don't know now. I really don't know. So I wanted to play this, and if there's not an open beta for this, then I probably won't be playing it. If I can't get it at a Redbox, I probably won't be spending any money on this. That's it, because I want to test this one out. There's only 2 games now that I'm thinking about it that I really want to spend money on and automatically have my money already. And those games are Horizon Zero Dawn, and the other one is Mass Effect. Those are the only 2 games that I can guarantee and say to you guys that they automatically have my money. It's already spent. That's it. Everybody else, all these other titles I thought I might be interested in, I've played demos. Neo, I've played the demo. I was pleased with the title, but not pleased enough to spend, in my opinion, $65 on it. And, I will probably be purchasing that game, but it won't be at full retail price. That's just how I feel about that title. I still haven't played Dark Souls 3, and I can pick that up for under $30, and I probably will. So, yeah, that's where I'm at on that. Just thought I had to share that with you guys. I'm sure there's other people that it has happened to. Because like I said, Twitter was lit up on it. And like I said, just in my friend zone, in my group of friends alone, we were talking about it, and it happened to pretty much the majority of my friends. All of us, 5 of us signed up, only 1 got in, and everybody else who signed up earlier, and the one who got in was the one who signed up the day before. So that should tell you something. Yeah, that should tell you something. And guys, if you know Ubisoft, you know that they've always been a little shaky with some of their shit, some of their titles. Let's not candy coat it. Let's not play lollipop games. They've been shaky for a long time. Depending on what title you want to talk about, they put out a lot of shit, but everything that glitters ain't gold. Okay, it's not. So the Division, yeah, that was whew. We played the shit out of that game for about 2.5, 3 weeks, and then that shit just dried out on us. It dried the fuck out on us. Yeah, in my opinion, it's been kind of a wreck. Yeah, for me on that game, that title. Basically, all I felt like on that title I was doing was just chasing builds. You spend all your time, you spend hours and hours upon hours getting and finding and looting certain things, and when you feel that you've got the right build, then something else happens. Either a lot of shit gets buffed or a lot of shit gets nerfed, and then you're chasing a completely different build all over again. And it was draining, it was taxing, and I just got tired of doing it. And everybody got tired of doing it. Everybody in my circle, at least. So, I mean, like I said, it's a hit and miss thing. You know, sometimes you put something on the wall in hopes that it sticks, and I'm sure that's what they're doing, because they're putting out a lot of shit. You know what I mean? They've been putting out a lot of shit. I do love, like I said, the Assassin's Creed franchise. Like I said, I love Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Love that game. Have it. Love it. But like I said, everything that glitters ain't gold. And you know, me per se, I'm more of a single player, like an adventure game type guy. I like playing a lot of single player games, you know. I just enjoy that too. So I kind of like the best of both worlds. Every once in a while I want to get online with my friends and we want to play something, but we want to play something good and worth playing, you know what I mean? And then, you know, you have that time where you want to just get out there and go solo and have your adventures, you know. That's me, at least. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I feel. That's why Horizon Zero Dawn I can't wait to play this one. I've been waiting for this one for a long time. There's nothing that anybody can tell me that's going to change my mind on picking this one up. It's already paid for. It's done. It's done. It's already on its way here. Yeah, Mass Effect. Gonna love that game too. There's nothing you can tell me about Mass Effect that will deter me from picking that up. Okay, I've played every Mass Effect. I loved every one of them. If Mass Effect came out and didn't have an online mode, I would give 2 fucks. I wouldn't give a damn. I would enjoy the single player experience and I would be happy 10 times over just with that by itself. But the fact that they are going to have an online mode on it just makes it even sweeter. So you just can't go wrong either way with Mass Effect. You just can't. You get the best of both worlds with that game. So yeah, man, that's where I'm at on that. But yeah, Ubisoft, man, please get your shit together. Okay. You got to get it together, man. I'm really rooting for you guys, but some of the shit that you're doing, you gotta do better. You gotta do better. Okay. All right, guys. As you guys heard earlier, I've been at home sick with the flu, since Friday. I actually went to work sick Wednesday, went to work sick Thursday. And when Friday came up, I said I couldn't do it. I was out of there. I felt like I was hit with a neo tri-beam from 10, and I was done. So I called in, and it was a much needed day. So I've been sitting in the house, laying out. I'm just now starting to get my voice back. And I've been sitting at home on the couch, watching movies and playing Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 pretty much all weekend. Yeah. What do we gamers do when we get sick for the most part? When we're sick, we can't really do too much. Our fingers and our hands still work. So we're going to sit on our asses and drink herbal tea and play video games. I guess at least that's what I did. So it helped me, get through the time of being sick, and it was cool. I had to get back on Xenoverse. To all the Xenoverse players out there, let me just say that, yeah, I got a little rusty. I got away from it for a little while, and I had to take a long look at myself in the mirror and make some decisions because I was out there getting handled, okay? And I got tired of getting handled, and I said, look, I don't want to be the Yamcha of the Dragon Ball Xenoverse community. I can't let myself go out like that. So, I made some changes, and I made another character. I finally made a Namekian character that I've been trying to make, but I just didn't have the time. Because if anybody plays Xenoverse knows, to make another character, you have to put in the work. It takes time. And yeah, so I did that. They're both sitting at about 82 right now. 85 right now is the current cap. I will get them there, but they are strong enough, I feel, to get out there in those Dragon Ball streets and handle some individuals. So I made some changes to my Saiyan build. Trillin, who is my main player, he's a Black Super Saiyan, and his name, like I said before, is Trillin. And if you guys see me online, if you have a PS4, you can hit me up, Studio MacGyver, and we can fight, man. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with my build of both characters for the most part. And that's what I've been doing on Xenoverse. And that's what I've been doing for these last few days. I've been homesick and getting it in. But I'll say it before. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If you guys want to get with me, if you guys have any comments, any questions, please don't be afraid to hit your boy up at Studio MacGyver on Twitter. You can also email me at Studio MacGyver Music with a K at yahoo.com. And I just want to say thank you guys for bearing with me for this episode. I hope I sound okay. I might not. But thank you for listening. And to all my gamers and all my DBZ fans out there, see you next time.